Good afternoon, this is HorseRacingNation.com editor Jared Horak with your video feature race of the week. This week's feature race for Saturday, September 11th is going to be the 9th race from Belmont Park, the Grade 2 Bowling Green Handicap for 3-year-olds and up. They're going to be traveling a mile and 3/8 on the inner turf course. I've been on a little bit of a roll on my video plays recently. A couple weeks back gave out the exacta in the Travers Stakes. Last week gave out the exacta in the Woodward Stakes. Let's see if we can keep things going into this week. In the Bowling Green, this is how the pace scenario seems to play out. We do have an 11-horse field. It looks like Gabriel's Hill is probably going to go out and try to set the pace. He does seem best on the main track. I don't think he's going to be able to last all the way around. But we have 5 horses that like to show some tactical speed. Simard breaking down on the inside, making his first start since January. We have Al Cali, your Sword Dancer show finisher. Strike a Deal, who won the Dixie earlier this year. That was a Grade 2 event at Pimlico. Then we have Interpretation, your 2009 Grade 1 Turf Classic winner. Hasn't won since that event. And then we have Following My Footsteps, coming up from the optional claiming ranks. And we have 5 horses that like to do their best running in the late going. Grand Couturier, your defending champion, hasn't won since that race last year. Definitely the 7-year-old seems to be off his game. Winchester finished second in the Bowling Green in 2009. He is in pretty good form right now. Dry Martini, he's a graded winner on the main track. He's 0 for 4 on the turf course. Then we have Southwest exiting a win in a $50,000 claiming event. This is a much tougher field today. Then we have June Turk breaking from the outside post, finished 8th in the United Nations. That was his United States debut. I have 4 horses that I'm going to center most of my attention around. Al Cali, who I did mention, was 3rd in the Sword Dancer. That was at 12 furlongs. This race at 11 furlongs. Now in that Sword Dancer, he did have the lead in the stretch, was run down late. I'm thinking he's going to set another good tactical trip today and take the lead. Maybe with this race, a furlong shorter, he'll be able to hang in there and maybe get the job done. Strike a Deal, he has run last, and next to last in his last 3 races, but he did win the Dixie earlier this year. He is a graded winner at this distance as well. Remember, Dominguez gets aboard. He's going to set a decent tactical trip. Maybe today he can turn it around at a little bit of a price. Now Winchester looks like the solid favorite in here. Very consistent. He's a 2-time Grade 1 winner. As I mentioned, 2nd in this race last year. He's going to be coming from off the pace. A definite threat to definitely finish in the top 3. And then my last main contender in this event, Jean Turk breaking from the outside post. As I did mention, he finished 8th in the United Nations. He was sitting a decent trip that day, sitting back in 5th. Then he weakened in the stretch. He was making his first start since February and his first start in this country. He is a Grade 1 winner in Brazil. Now I think today he could be tighter, making his 2nd start in this country. Maybe he can jump up and run a better race. As I mentioned, he did show some quality in Brazil. Maybe he jumps forward today. This is how I suggest playing this race. We're going to make a $10 exacta. We're going to put Al Cali, Strike a Deal, and Jean Turk on top of Winchester. And then we're going to come back and we're going to play $10 to win on Jean Turk as our live long shot play of the day. That'll wrap up my video analysis of the Grade 2 Bowling Green. I do mention that Horse Racing Nation handicapper Mike Shuddy, his video race of the week this week is going to be the Arlington, Washington Futurity from Arlington Park. So go over to HorseRacingNation.com, check out Mike Shuddy's feature race of the week. That'll wrap up my video analysis. This is HorseRacingNation.com editor Jared Horak. Good luck at the races.